Hello everyone, fB here to bring you another edition of fB's weekly race. This is an endurance race that I host every Saturday, which lasts for about 1 hour on a track that's released just before the race goes live. The track used is a mixture of different styles that you find in stadiums, such as tech, dirt, speed, obstacles, etc. No registration is needed to participate, simply join the server before starting time and you will be eligible to play. And we're seeing some warm-ups right now on this week's track, which is Born to be Second by Shorty. At the moment I'm no longer accepting maps for the race, but soon I will open up map submissions again since I've gone through almost all the maps now. Before the race goes live, I also want to mention that I run a time attack competition on the most recently used map. To participate, upload your best replay of the map to Mania Exchange. The deadline is set to 2 PM CET on Saturday. And new for November is that I'll begin having seasons for the race. They will always last for 1 month and your 3 best results will count into the rankings. Top 20 will get points, with the person getting the best lap receiving 5 bonus points. And the winner will win some prize money based on contributions through Twitch and YouTube. For the month of November it's currently set to €15. The current standings after 2 races played of the November season is that Saber has gone up in the lead after taking third 2 times in a row and also getting best lap the previous race. Omnipus remains at second and Spam has dropped down to third. Then at 4th place we got Tween, at 5th we got Yannex who won last week, Edward is at 6th, Sand is at 7th, Link is at 8th, Flyer is at 9th and Javi Flyer is at 10th place. And we are about to start here in about 1 minute. Let's see if we can find any notable players. I did see Yannex driving, yes there he is, so last week's winner Yannex is driving. And of course your 3 best results will count in the ranking and we have 2 more races left to be played. So Yannex, with his first place last week, can definitely still be a contender to take first in this season. And we also got Sand, who took second. Also has the possibility to do well in the season as well. Of course, the person who has been on the podium the most amount of time out of anyone in the race. In fact, it's been 16 times that Sand has been on the podium. Let's see if we have Saber driving as well. Yes! Saber, who took third last week and also 2 weeks from now, and with that is in the lead right now in the season, but cannot feel safe with that. Definitely can lose that first place, but Saber has been looking strong recently and is, I'm sure, looking to do well in this race as well. We do have also 2nd place in total, Omnipods driving. Omnipods has won the race 7 times in total. With that he's at 3rd place behind Raisons and Sand. And then we also have Spam driving, who is currently at 3rd place in the season. So that's some notable players that are driving. We have 167 players on the server right now. Good luck, have fun is being spammed in the chat. That means that we are about to start. I will disable the chat, of course. Actually, I can't disable the chat. That's not good. What? Okay, I could do it that way. Wow, that was scary. The widget of it was gone, so I had to do it with the text command. But anyways, the chat is disabled. Good luck and fun to all the players, and let's follow last week's winner, Yannex, through the first lap of this map. 16 laps in total. It's a pretty long map, around 3 minutes in length. Let's see here if we'll have a good start. Looks like we will have 166 players starting the race, so not as many as last week, but still a very good number. So we are live here into the first lap. And we begin with some tech. This map a bit harder than last week's map, I would say. And here is the stretch. So we once again have this red engine shut-off block. Yannex is off to a pretty good start together with Sand, Omnipods, also Javi Flyer is doing well so far in the start. After this drop we will begin the dirt section. Oh, and Yannex with a landing bug there, very unfortunate. So the map got quite a lot of dirt compared to last week. So that's nice to see. And we'll see if the dirt specialist can take advantage of that in this race. Yannex will drop down here to 18th place, 20th place now. still off to a pretty good start. Very, very close, of course, in the beginning of the race. Then we have some tech once again, and next up will be some obstacles. We have a ceiling hit once again. And then also an interesting turn after that, which we'll see very soon. Here comes the ceiling hit first though. No problem for Yannick. And then this turn here can be a bit tricky. It's a ramp, you go up and then go to the right here. Can be a bit awkward to get a good landing there, but Yannick did it pretty well. And following that we have the speed section. Not that much speed this week. Of course, speed is definitely by far the hardest to build good for the race, because usually on speed maps you're not really meant to be able to continue the race to crash. And that's of course very important for this race. So Yannick with a no drift there hit the wall as well, I think, as we go through some tech parts again. Then we have a small jump here to the left. This turn here you can see some no drifts if you don't have enough speed. And following that we have some dirt, a lot of speed here in this part, even though I wouldn't really classify it as a speed section, but players do have quite a lot of speed going through the turns. And Yannick is getting closer to the end now, and here we have a half pipe jump. I think this is the second time we see this in the race. The first time was in race 3, which was a long time ago. Yannick will actually make some mistakes there. Then we have some tech turns, and that's going to be the end of the first lap for Yannick. He is at 12th place right now. First place is right now occupied by Sand, who took second last week and looking to do well once again this week. Of course, even if he does well in this race, he's still only going to be at 2 races played in the season, so he's still not going to be in the top, because some players, of course, will have played 3 races already. So Sand is at first right now. Let's follow him through this lap. We see that Omnipot is at second, and then we have Creative 200 at third place. Mysterious player. Never heard of him before. Oh, Sand will hit that wall, dirt section. But didn't really lose that much time with it. Keeps his first place. 1.5 seconds ahead of Omnipot already. So a really good start here for Sand. Seems to have figured out this map quickly, and that's really important in this race, because you only get 50 minutes of warm-up, so gotta make sure that you find all the details that makes you go a bit faster through the laps. And keeping a good pace here, keeping the distance down to Omnipods. Oh, almost hit the wall there, but still alive, still doing well. There's a ceiling hit. Sometimes in the ceiling hit you can see players getting a bug so that they don't make it through it. I specifically remember one time Hobby Flyer doing it a couple of weeks ago, and didn't go so well for him. It was in the first lap as well. He was in the lead, and then lost that lead completely. Some good drifts here by Sand, who is now almost 3 seconds ahead of Omnipots. Sand has definitely figured out this map. If he can take that many seconds on Omnipots, that is crazy. So this is looking very promising for Sand already, I want to say. Going through this dirt part here, especially looks like in the middle of the map, that's where he gained a lot of time. And looks like Mars A9 has gone up to second place now. Almost 3 seconds behind Sand though. We'll see how Sand does this jump here as well. Good stuff, didn't go that far up. You definitely want to make sure that you land quickly on the other side. And here's Sand about to enter lap 3 of the race, and he improves his local record again. 2 minutes 50 seconds and 200s. Then next up we have Morris at second place. Hobby Flyer is now at third. Omnipot has dropped down to 6th place. Then we have this guy, Creative 200 from Germany. This is very likely someone who's fake nicking, because it's a new account and he's doing very well in the race. So It's probably someone who's very good. Could be Bergie, for example, who sadly I found out is playing in the race with Fake Nick and has been doing so for a very long time. Kind of embarrassing for that kind of player to do so, the team leader of Team Dignitas. Especially when a lot of people look up to him and might think that it's cool to do so. So it's very sad to find out that Bergie likes to Fake Nick. But anyways, let's focus on the positive. And we see that Omnipods has dropped down to 6th place now, behind the Fake Nicker. So Omnipods not off to a great start here in the race. 4.5 seconds behind Sand, who's off to a really good start. Here's Raggle driving in the race. Will be passed though by Exetic, who might be a newcomer to the race, not sure. So, but yeah, Raggle has been on the podium 2 times, 2 third places, and often is doing really good in the race as well. Has a couple of top 10 positions. We have Can for Hot. I suspect this is Cannot. Here's Yoshi from Spam. Just ahead of Raggle now, very close here between all these players. Tom is also driving for MD. Janex, last week's winner, is at 12th place now. Also not off to a great start. He's ahead of Beef from Germany, and then Spam, who is at 3rd place in the November season, right now at 14th place. So 12 seconds behind Sand in the lead. We got Alexor driving as well, and so is Bits. And here's Fire for Pulse. Pulse, of course, probably regarded as the best dirt team in this game. So that's cool to see that a lot of their members are driving in the race. Hopefully I'll have more maps with dirt in the future as well. Here's Ask Me for IGN at 18th place. Boss Wanted, another dirt player, at 19th place. And then the last player currently getting points in the season is Destiny for DBP. Also, I believe, a dirt player. So that's the top 20 right now. Sand is right now in lead, going into the next lap, which should be lap 4, I believe. I see Raysons taking the new, getting the new local record here, 2 minutes 49 seconds and 98 hundredths. So Raysons up to 3rd place now. Raysons, for those who don't know, has won the most amount of time. He's won 9 times, but then took a very long break, but still somehow managed to keep that 1st place and most amount of wins. He also drove the 2 previous races, but unfortunately had his game crash last week at least, and 2 weeks ago I think he accidentally retired or respawned too early or something like that when he was leading. Oh, Sand hitting that wall again in the same turn. Seems to have a lot of trouble with it. But it's a good place to crash though, it doesn't really lose too much time with it. Raysons has gone up to 2nd place now, so he's on the hunt to catch up to Sand. See if he can do it. Too late for Raysons to win the season though, since he didn't finish the 2 previous weeks, and there's only 1 race left after this one. So he can't take first in the season, but can still show good strength here and take his 10th win if he's able to catch up to Sand. And then we have this mysterious player, Creative 200. Could be Bergie, could be someone else, not sure, but either way it's just really sad to see why people would want to do that. It's just very disrespectful, not just against me to be honest, also against all the opponents and the mapper and all the viewers as well, so it's just kinda sad to see people doing that. Especially for people like Bergie who are, you know, a bit older and people respect him for some reason. So it's just sad to see. But anyways, Marseille9 though, a very respectful player of the community, does a lot of good stuff and participates in a lot of events, is currently at 5th place, has won the race. Let's see how many times he's won it, 2 times, and he's been on the podium 7 times, so he's been very successful in the race. And currently doing well in this race as well, at 5th place. Let's see here. Where do I go? There we go. No. I guess I can't actually do that. That's too bad. The Big G, do you know how to ban players? Because I can't seem to access that list, unfortunately. Maybe I can do this. Let's write down the login here. See if that works. Nope, didn't work. Yeah, I would like to remove this player. So here we go. There we go. So now that player is gone, and we can focus on the race again. So we have Sand in the lead, 4.5 seconds ahead of Raisons now. So Sand is off to a really good start here, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is also the winner after this over. I also like to go through the list here to show the other players who are driving. So let's do that. We got Venik for DDR participating. I don't recognize that name, so it could be a new player. Currently at 23rd place. Next page we have Major from Germany at 46th place. It's behind Kaori and ahead of Era right now, but it's very close. Positions gets changed every second, it feels like. What else do we have? We got ABB for Cam at 52nd place. Currently behind Sirs and ahead of Mr. Pink. Next page we have Sundra driving. Oh, but hits the wall there hard just as I switch. Currently at 80th place, got Playday in front and Via Brain behind. Next page we have Xless from France. I think this is a new player as well. Usually we got about 20 to 30 players participating in the race for the first time. It's Xless currently at 83rd, behind SZ Carla T and ahead of Flo C. Page we got Zengo for Team Q, also hits the wall. Let's see here. He's behind Beta Philip and ahead of Mammoth. You see Sand in the meantime improving his local record once again, 249.41. And he's 11 seconds ahead of Raisons. What the hell is going on? How can Sand already be almost 12 seconds ahead of second place? Sand has figured out this map in a very, very fast way. That is for sure. And right now looks like he's gonna take this one already. Where was I? Let's spectate someone else. We got Kripke driving, another person who does really good for the community. For example, he cast the ESWC tournament in French together with the TRKR. Here we can find another player. We got Amnesia1 from Belgium, 115th place. Is behind Undisputed and ahead of DVL. We still got 140 players driving, so that's cool to see. Next page, we got Got29 from France at 132nd place, participating for the first time. Is behind Ewods and in front of Frumpo. And then who is currently the last player? I think it might be this guy, R424 from Hungary, at 135th place. But here's the current leader, Sand, now 10 seconds ahead of Raisons. Very, very impressive start. We're only 6 laps into this race, and Sand is already 10 seconds ahead. This might be a new record in how far ahead the winner will be of second place. I think the record is like almost 30 seconds or something like that by Raisons in one of his earlier races. But if Sand can be 10 seconds ahead already, 6 laps into this race, then who knows how far ahead he will be at the end if he keeps up this pace. So that's gonna be interesting to see. Let's see here. We got the current leader of the season, Saber, only at 15th place. It's not looking as promising for him this week. He might still be at first place though after this race. It's hard for me to say. A lot can happen. Of course, Omnipot is at second place in total and is a couple of positions ahead of Saber right now. So with that in mind, he could potentially pass Saber. But also we need to take into account that the best lap will give 5 bonus points. And we'll see who's gonna take that one. Right now though, we have Sand with the fastest time, 2:49.41. Grayson's also with a really good time actually, and so has Omnipots. Spam, Bits as well, Marseille 9, Hobbyfire, all under 2:51. We see Raysons actually taking that one first local record, 2:48.63 by Raysons. It's interesting though how you can be 10 seconds behind and still at second place. I guess everyone made the mistakes besides Sand. Could be the reason. Alright, let's follow Saber through this lap, see if he can catch up. He's already gone up to 13th place actually, so he's doing a bit better right now. And here's the stretch. You want to make sure that you enter the stretch with as much speed as possible. And we can see Saber doing it really fast there because he passed 2 players. And has gone up to 12th place now. Takes another player as he enters the dirt. And Sand keeps that 10-second lead. Sand can already drive safe. And like, if he knows that he's that far ahead, he can definitely take it a bit easier. Because 10 seconds is quite a lot. See Fire actually passing Saber there. Fire, who is a dirt player, so it makes sense that he would pass Saber. But Saber with better speed exiting the dirt section, so he's up to 11th place now actually. Takes another player. Someone must have dropped down. And now up to 10th place as well. Saber, I think when I started expecting him, he was at 15th place, now at 10th place. So doing a great job moving up in the rankings. Didn't get the best landing there though. Fire will pass him and go up to 10th place. And I also noticed that Spam, who had also pretty bad start, is up to 5th place now, so that's quite interesting as well. Saber and Fire having a close battle here for 10th place, and they got Tom in front of them about 2 seconds. As you can see to the upper left corner here, you can see how far ahead and behind the players are to the nearest opponents. So Saber is 2 seconds behind Tom, and then half a second ahead of Fire right now. And meanwhile, Sand has already entered the next lap with another local record, 2:48.19 now. Sand looking to be unstoppable, and he's now 14 seconds ahead of Yannick, who is at second place. Raysons has, unfortunately, I think, disconnected, so that's why. That's very sad to see. So Saber with that up to 9th place now, Fire up to 8th. And Sand 14 seconds ahead of Yannick. Here goes Saber into the next lap. So let's follow someone else. And why not the leader of the race, Sand. Took second last week and now is looking unstoppable on this map. It's really quite noteworthy how dominating he is right now. And Yannick, who took first last week, of course Sand and Yannick, the teammates, they are both from VSP. Right now in top 2 once again. So that's also quite noteworthy. There goes Sand, leaving the dirt. 14.5 seconds ahead of second place. I'm kind of interested to see how he does this middle section here, the obstacles, because I think that might be where he's gaining a lot of time. Good landing there. Yeah, he's continuing to put more time on his lead. Now almost 15 seconds ahead of Yannick's. Yep, now over 15 seconds. I think this part here, Sand is doing exceptionally well. Really keeping a good pace. Had to slow down there a bit though, went a bit too wide I think. So yeah, third race in a row where Rayson started it but was not able to finish the race. That is quite unfortunate. And of course, if Sand wins this week, then he will be tied with Rayson's for most amount of wins. 9 times, which is interesting. Alright, here comes Sand over the half pipe. A lot of air there, so could have, I think, had a bit more speed had he landed a bit earlier, but he can of course take it safe now if he wants to, and even if he is doing this, he's still actually extending his lead. He's now 16 seconds ahead of Yannick's, going into lap 9. Here's Yannick's at second place. And we're not even... okay, we are halfway through now. 16 laps this week, so... but still, that is so much between first and second. And then it's actually pretty close between, well, Yannick's got a 5-second lead over Marseille 9 at third. But then from like third to 22nd place is not that far. Like 30 seconds or so. So it's only here in the top. Sand and Yannick's is having big leads. Marseille 9 3 seconds ahead of Spam actually, so... Spam now entering, no, leaving now the stretch. He's not too far behind, can still catch up. Then Yoshi is doing really good in this race. For Spam, the team, not the player. But he's 30 seconds behind Sand in the lead. That is really insane. Javi Flyer at 6th place. Another good performance. Tom at 7th. Saber has gone up to 8th place now. Looks like Fire has dropped down to 19th place, so big mistake there from Fire. And Saber in top 10 here. He might be able to stay in 1st place after this race. Spam doing well at 4th place as well, so yeah, this might be a really close final race next week. The monthly final of the race. That's going to be very interesting. After Saber we got Tween, who of course is at 4th place in the season. Right now at 9th place in this race. Ahead of Raggle at 10th. Boss Wanted at 11th. Can at 12th. The Nick at 13th. 14th now, Beef will pass. Alexor at 15th. Bits at 16th. Fussy at 17th. Fire now at 18th. Atme just behind at 19th. Toto at 20th. We got Nymph at 21st. Link at 22nd. And so on and so forth. Top 20 will of course gather points into the season, and Link will go a bit too wide there. Losing some speed and some positions as well, drops down to 24th place. Sand now almost 17 seconds ahead of Yannick, so for each lap he seems to be extending his lead with a lot. It's really crazy. So quite the contrast to the previous race where ooh, that's a huge crash from Link. He actually respawns as well. But yeah, last week we had a super close fight for first place between Sand and Yannick's, with Yannick's winning it with half a second. Now it's not quite the same. Same two players, but yeah, 17 seconds, that is... I mean, Sand is gonna win this race unless something unpredictable happens. It's just no way. I don't see any way for him to lose this right now. He's into lap 10 already. out of 16. So it's looking very, very promising for Sand. And if he can do well next week as well, he could be the winner of the season. So that's going to be very interesting to follow. Alright, let's follow Link as he enters the next lap here, and then switch to someone else. So close between a lot of players. Here goes Link. So yeah, let's follow someone else here. I guess it is pretty close between Spam and Marseille 9 for third place. So that is, I think, the most interesting fight right now. You can see there Marseille 9 in front of Spam. It's not a lot. Spam has definitely caught up a bit. See if he can catch up even more through this lap. Entering the obstacles, where you can lose a lot of time if you make an error, but good landing there from Spam. Let's see how he does this part. Feels like he's getting closer to Marseille 9 now. Yeah, he's almost under 1 second now. That was good part from Spam as it goes through the loops. And then the tech, of course. Risky line there. But he is continuing to catch up now. 9200s by Marseille 9. Might see Spam. Oh, and then he gets a landing bug. Landed a bit with a bit too much of an angle, I think. That might have been why he got it. So that's gonna put Marseille 9 over 2 seconds ahead again. So all that work Spam did, he lost now with that landing. So a bit unfortunate. Whoa, Yannick has dropped down to third place. Yannick with a huge mistake, and Marseille 9 is 26 seconds behind Sand. Is this real life? This is insane. 27 seconds between first and second place now. Sand is... he's... I don't know what to say. This is just very, very impressive. We might see the biggest distance now between first and second. I don't think we've ever seen it above 30 seconds, and we might see this now. That is just crazy. What a dominant performance from Sand. Very, very impressive. Oh, and Spam hits the wall just as he enters the stretch. That is a very bad place to crash. Loses so much speed with that, because he doesn't have his engine. So yeah, that was a crucial mistake from Spam. Still at 4th place though, but now 3 seconds behind Yannick. Actually, Javi Flyer will pass him as well. But yeah, Sand, he's just on fire right now. 27 seconds. 11 laps into the race. We still got a lot of laps left to go. That is just insane. So yeah, Sand is gonna win this race. I think it is safe to say. Then we do have a pretty close battle, say, for second and third. Marseille 9 though, 3 seconds ahead of Yannick right now, and Yannick 3 seconds ahead of Javi Flyer. So we'll see if those players can keep their positions. It's gonna be interesting to see. I guess we can go through the pages one more time. Just to show some other players who are driving. We have Symbios for Exception at 31st place, behind Sis and no, behind Kozak and ahead of Sirs right now. It's lagging quite a lot. Then we have Tirli from France at 46th place, behind El Wormo, who of course also hosts a race on Friday. Dave's 21-minute cup. So if you want more races, there's not just my race. There's also the Dave's 21 cup race. Cup, I mean. See, next page we have Gus returning to play again. One of the most known dirt players in the scene. Very, very successful, and right now at 49th place, behind Oscar F and ahead of Marcel. Snälla Jasper now. Next page we have Mr. Moo from other countries, Africa, at 65th place, ahead of Cousin and behind SZ Carla T. Alright, next page we have Coral.ro from Romania. I think this might be a newcomer at 94th place, behind DBL and ahead of Fluffy Mittens. Next page we got Dazer O from Chile at 100th place, behind Aeom and ahead of Darawi. The next page we got... Oh, Omnipos is not driving anymore as well. Omnipos has retired, or he's had a disconnect. That is interesting. Both Omnipos and Raisons actually pretty similar moments as well. Omnipos got 10 more checkpoints than Raisons. So that is... I don't know what happened to Omnipos, but I think Raisons had a disconnect, so yeah, that's unfortunate to see. But anyways, who do we have here who's still driving? I guess no one on this page. Nope. Nope. I think Cambo is probably last at 111th place. We'll see if we will have over 100 players finishing this week. Still a couple of laps left to go. Sand now 28 seconds ahead of Mars A9. Still keeps that second place, and Yannex is still keeping that third place, though he's only about 1 second ahead of Hobbyflyer. So let's follow Hobbyflyer here, see if he can catch up to Yannex. Only about 2 seconds behind. It's definitely possible to catch up. Sand might already be entering the next lap, to be honest. Yeah, soon. He's gonna be entering lap 13 out of 16. Play day in the middle of next end Hobbyflyer. Fire will overlap him. It's quest to catch up to Yannex and reach that podium. Hobbyflyer has been on the podium twice. One time second place and one time third. The race he got second place in, he was in the lead, a couple of seconds ahead of Sand entering the last lap, and then he made a huge crash into the wall, and Sand was able to pass him with just a few turns left. So Hobbyflyer has been extremely close to winning before. Right now he might be able to reach the podium once again. 1.5 seconds behind Yannex. Feels like Hobbyflyer is catching up. And they will enter lap 13 now. And a good time there from Hobbyflyer for 2:48.84. Also Spam improves his time. Spam, who has dropped down to 5th place, although he's close by to Hobbyflyer. So we do have a fight here for 3rd place between Yannex, Hobbyflyer and Spam. Then a huge gap down to Yoshi at 6th place, 14 seconds. A lot of big distances this week, I guess because the map is so difficult. That would explain it. We already got 1.5 second between 1st and 22nd place, so... But this is by far going to be Yoshi's best placement. I don't think he's been even close to top 10 before, so he's doing really good in this race. Probably hasn't really done any mistakes. But yeah, right now it looks like his best position can only be 6th though. 3 seconds ahead of Tom right now. Kind of want to follow Spam here to see if he can catch up to Hobbyflyer and Yannex. It's definitely the most interesting fight. Spam with a no drift. It's not going to help him. And 3 seconds behind now. Sand is about 30 seconds ahead of second place now. That is, well, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Insane. 30 seconds between first and second place. What a performance from Sand. 31 seconds now. Just doesn't stop. Oh, and Spam will hit the wall there. Yeah, this is not looking too good now for Spam. Continues to lose time. 3.5 seconds behind Flyer now. No, this looks like it's gonna be a fight for third place between Flyer and Yannick. Sand has entered lap 14 out of 16. 3 more laps left to go for Sand, who will be the winner of this week's race. Took second last week, and still doesn't have a total score in the November season, but with a first and second place and with 1 race left to go, Sand could be the winner of the season, depending on how he does next week. Flyer here about to overlap Mr. Moo. Goes really wide here, makes sure to build up a lot of speed, and that really pays off, as you can see. Good strat there from Flyer. Still 2 seconds behind Yannick though. Will he be able to catch up? Oh, and he gets a landing bug now. Yeah, unfortunately, whenever you have a jump, there are landing bugs in this game. Especially on dirt. So he lost about 3/10 with that. Could still potentially take third. There we see Marseille 9 as well in the distance. It's not that far ahead of Yannick. It's about the same distance Yannick has to Flyer. Oh, and Flyer will not make it! He's not gonna make it, he has to respawn! That is a disaster for Flyer. Spam will go up to 4th place because of it, and Flyer will not have a chance anymore to get on the podium. 1 respawn is all it takes. So Flyer drops down to 5th, Spam up to 4th, and he is 5 seconds behind Yannick. So right now it looks like we are going to have Yannick on the podium. He could actually reach 2nd place. He's not that far behind Marseille 9. So let's follow Yannick now. See if he can catch up, and he hits the wall. We've seen that before. So Marseille 9 over 3 seconds ahead of Yannick now. Sand has entered the second to last lap. Lap 15 is 32 seconds ahead of Marseille 9 now. This is just crazy by Sand. Good landing there from Yannick. Gets a lot of speed. It's gonna help him catch up for sure. As he now enters 15th lap. Can he catch up to Marseille 9 and take 2nd once again? Or actually, he took 1st last week, never mind. He could be in top 2 again behind his teammate Sand. If Yannick can catch up here. Doesn't go as wide as Flyer. Yeah, Yannick's now catching up a bit. Took about half a second from Marseille 9. See this drop now. Alright, keeps the speed. Beef improves his local record, 249.33. Sando got the fastest time, which of course means that Sand will get 5 bonus points as well, if this keeps being the ranking. Raysons is of course no longer driving. Yannick's got the 3rd best time, so he could maybe beat Sand. He wants to drive fast, of course, because he wants to catch up to Marseille 9, so we might see that happen. Ooh, whoa, that was really risky by Yannick. Wow, that was very risky by him. Lucky to not have crashed, to be honest. We do see that Tompa cut off to him, so not a good turn there from Yannick, who tries to risk it, tries to catch up to Marseille 9. 3 seconds behind now. Sand should be close to entering the very last lap, so let's have some focus on him, as he actually makes a small mistake there. But he's 33.5 seconds ahead of Marseille 9. It's really crazy. I wonder what his average is. I wonder if I can see that somehow, because that would be really interesting to see. Yeah, his average score is 251.05, and as you can see, he's 2.5 seconds ahead of Raysons with that. So Sand's average has been outstanding in this race. He's been very, very consistent, and he's entering the last lap now. So let's follow him through it. Definitely deserves some attention here. Has dominated this race like no other. This is gonna be a new record for how much first place can be ahead of second place. And meanwhile, Yannick's now less than 1 second behind Marseille 9. Yeah, this is very close now for second place. Let's follow them once Sand has finished this race. Going through the dirt for the last time. Overlapping Snelle Jasper and Aum, or Aum. Let's see if he does the obstacles. Marseille 9 still keeping that second place. Great landing there from Sand early, and with that kept the speed a lot. Now going through the speed for the last time. Marseille 9 still ahead of Yannick's. You see Sand about to overlap Gus. He goes very wide here. That's a good strat there from Sand. I think that's probably one of the turns which he was doing much better than everyone else. I would have to guess. And now just a couple of turns left for Sand, who will take first place in fB's Weekly Race Edition 37. This will be his 10th win in total. And with that, he will tie up with Raysons for most amount of wins. And he will of course extend his lead the most amount of podium placements. This will be his 17th time on the podium. Still doesn't have a full ranking in the season, but with one race left and with a first and second place, Sand could very well be the winner of the season. Here we go, into the finish line. Sand takes it home. Congratulations. 36 seconds ahead of Marseille 9 right now. We're still at first place, second place. Spam has actually gone up to third place. Yannick has made a big mistake, and that means that Marseille 9 will take second place without much issues here. So no close battle for second place either. It's been a very not a very exciting race, to be honest, if you compare it to last week. Huge distances here between the players, and here comes Marseille 9, takes second place. Great performance from him as well, although 36 seconds behind Sam. Spam will be on the podium again. Could be the leader of the season after this race. Takes third place just ahead of Yannick at fourth. Then we got Javi Flyer taking fifth. Tom goes through the half pipe, is 4 seconds ahead of Yoshi, so Gonna take 6th place. Of course, now we have a 50-minute timer for everyone to finish. Tom takes 6th. We have Yoshi, who was at 6th, now takes 7th. Next up we have Raggle with another top 10 position at 8th. Just ahead of Can at 9th. And Alexor is gonna take 10th place. And the leader of the season after 2 races, Saber, takes 11th. I don't know if he's the leader after this race, I don't think so. Vinik will take the next position, and then I have to switch to this. So we got Fuzzy at 13th, Boss Wanted at 14th, Ask Me at 15th, Beef is gonna take 16th place. Ahead of Link at 17th, Tween at 18th place, Clockren at 19th, and the last player to get points is Fire at 20th place, Nymph at 21st, Railgun at 22nd, few turns left, about 2 checkpoints out of Sirs, takes 22nd place. Here comes Sirs, just behind at 23rd. Ooh, Bits with a big mistake there trying to catch up to Toto. We will take, or not. No, it will take 25th. A will pass him at 25th. So Bits will take 27th, Magix will take 28th, Symbios will take 29th. And then we have Papu on his way to the finish line. Will take 30th place. Kaori will take 31st. Carsette will take 32nd. And then next page, Cossack 33rd. No, Cappuccino 33rd. Cossack 34th. Shumi 35th. Shadi 36th. Gus will take 37th this week. Mr. Pink at 38th. Gillo at 39th. Funko Beach at 40th. Sis at 41st. Magic Man at 42nd. Oscar F at 43rd. Snella Jasper, who's made a map in the past, will take 44th place, ahead of Sandra, who this week takes 45th. Here's Vertigo for OWG, Turkish player, is not very far ahead of Marcel here, but Vertigo will take 46th, ahead of Marcel at 47th, and Buy a Brain at 48th. And next up is Tierly. Right back, Crush gonna lose a couple of positions with that. Yes, we have Sorrow Croatia, Exless, Tivo, Marvin, all of them passing Tierly in the end. It takes 53rd, and Chaos Hand at 54th. Chuck is next up at 55th. Just ahead of Lumar at 56th. Mr. Moo at 57th. Might be a fan of cows, I don't know. Then we have Blind from Croatia, teamless player, is 15 seconds ahead of the nearest opponent, so no problem for Blind to take 58th place. So it's gonna be a while before Playday also reaches the end. And here goes Playday, takes 59th place. Ahead of Berserk, who's looking to take 60th place. Then we got Focus, I think, at 61st. Ahead of Make Love at 62nd. SZ Carla G at 63rd. And then Cousin will take 64th. QE is looking to take 65th. Only 1700s ahead of Skid Racer though, so close battle here between QE and Skid Racer. Oh, and Skid Racer will pass here in the end! Or, wait, will he? Still close. Where's QE? He's behind, so Skid Racer able to pass Q there and then take 65th. Great battle. Here's Denlinger at 67th. Flow C takes 68th. We have less than 10 minutes to go now. Heroy takes 69th. Zuraz gonna take 70th place this week. Slid for Spam R will take 71st. Then we got Mammoth for Spam. I guess those are different teams, not sure. Still a long way to go here. but is 3 seconds ahead of Kripke at 73rd, so... Oh, will he reach the finish or the checkpoint? Oh no! Yes, he will! But I think Kripke did pass him. Yes, he did. So Kripke, with that, it's gonna take 72nd place. Mammoth will have to settle with 73rd. Then another spam player, Arrow, will take 74th. Now the distances are getting very large. It's at like 24 seconds behind. Oh, and will not reach the next part, which is kind of what I was worried about with this part, to be honest. I never really want players having to respawn like that. It's one of my goals when I go through maps. So here's Sad Leak. Takes 76th. Gonzo is next up. Oh, it's the wall hard. Will anyone pass? Doesn't look like it. No, Circuit Breaker far behind. So Gonzo will take 77th. Circuit Breaker takes 78th. Tompa will take 79th. We got Beta Philip for CZM takes 80th place. Rally from Denmark takes 81st, ahead of I Reaper 82nd. Draye from the Netherlands on his way to reach the end as well. Big jump there. 18 seconds, 19 even, ahead of Septak comes next. Turn is 7 seconds ahead of Coral, so not really any close battles here in the end. So Septak takes 84th. Then we got Amnesia 1, which I think is a newcomer. Don't recognize that nick. He'll take 84th. Here's Coral, who takes 85th. And Fluffy Mittens, see here, 19 seconds ahead of DVL. So unless something extraordinary happens, Fluffy Mittens gonna take 86th place this week, as we have 6 minutes left on the clock. DVL on his way to the end as well, 20 seconds ahead of his opponent, and we do see here how many players are still driving, quite a lot. Hopefully they will all be able to finish as well. Alright, here's DVL, takes 87th. Next up is Darby, who's only 4 seconds ahead of Mashal. So maybe Mashal can pass here if the Darby have to respawn. Doesn't look like it though. Nope. So Darby takes 88th place. Mashal, 89th. And then we got Dazzler, 90th. Now it's gonna be a while before Dodo skills rather. It's gonna take 91st, 6 seconds ahead of Aeon. I wonder, will we have over 100 players finishing? We might. There's Dodo skills, 91st place. Aeon couple turns left. Is 1 minute ahead of final boss, so it's gonna be a while now. Aeon takes 92nd, and then next up final boss, who should be able to finish this though. 4 minutes left on the clock. Oh wow, someone crashed there, and then immediately afterwards I think maybe Sydney crashed as well. Oh wait, they are at different places, yeah. So yeah, but it looks like a lot of players here are over 520 checkpoints. I think that might mean they are maybe on the last lap, potentially. Less than 4 minutes to go now for these players to finish the race. Final boss takes 93rd, I think, in his first race. And then next up is Sydney, who is on the last lap. Yes, got 9 checkpoints left to pass. And then... ooh, did Alpha actually pass? Yes, Alpha will pass Sydney here in the end. That's interesting. And someone asking here if this is live on YouTube. No, I'm streaming on Twitch, but the VOD will be uploaded to YouTube after the race is over. So yeah, Alpha. No wait, Alpha has respawned. Sydney is back to 94th place, although he makes a mistake here. Alpha too far away. Yeah, Sydney looks to take 94th. Alpha takes it slow in the end, rolls into the finish at 95th. Then we got Andy 585, also close to finishing this race. Takes 96th. Eweds also near the end here, so will finish, and so will Got. frostBeule, Ice 9 as well. So I think we are going to have over 100 players. Oh, Evans respawns. Interesting. Takes 97th place. Then we got Got. We got We got at 98th place. And then frostBeule is next up. Takes 99th place. And then Ice will take that 100th place. That's cool to see. That many players finishing. R424 is on the last lap, so I think we'll be able to finish with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Going through the dirt. .48 seconds ahead of Cambo, though. I think is the last player who's driving. Yes, so I don't know if Cambo can actually finish it. That might be too difficult, but R424 will, though. I think we'll have to respawn here. 40 seconds left on the clock. Needs to pass this half pipe. Second try is the charm. And then just a few turns left. So I think, yeah, we are going to see the last player in R424 finishing. Cambo unfortunately will not. So R424 takes 101st place. And meanwhile, I'm gonna save the replay. Now that everyone who can finish has finished. And there we go. So, yeah, 10 seconds left on the clock. Let's summarize the race. So, Sand takes first in an extremely impressive way. 36 seconds ahead of Marseille 9. And to top it off, he also got the best lap. So, insanely impressive by Sand, who with that win and his second place in the previous week, could be the winner of the season with 1 race left to go. Marseille 9 takes second, and then Spam takes third. And I think Spam might be at second place now in the total of the November season. But I will, of course, update the rankings soon, and then we'll see the exact rankings. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks everyone for playing. Thanks everyone for watching. See ya.